Hello, everyone. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do a Bitmoji tutorial, but I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get on. Actually, I have to just quiet my household because it's a little bit noisy back here. So um, just going to stop the camera for 1 second. Guys, can you just keep it quiet or shut the door? Thanks. Okay. I told them. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but there you go. So we're going to do a little Bitmoji. Hello, everyone. All right. I don't have my double screens today, so I'm going to try to log onto my phone so I could see and answer questions because I use the StreamYard because that gives me the ability to turn my screen over to you guys and stream at the same time. But it lags with the questions, and so if you have any questions, try to post them, and I'll try to keep my eyeballs on the phone. And whoops, hey, look, it says I'm live right now on Facebook. Okay, there I am. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna make a really fun little Bitmoji tutorial. Make a little fun Bitmoji inside the box composite. And so I have something fun for you guys. I'm going to later on be giving away as a freebie in the store the 4-box compositing box composite layer that I'm going to use today. Basically what it is it's a 4-box frame with 4 pictures of my box that I already put in there to use for compositing rather than shooting in the box. So giving that away as a freebie, and it'll be given away for a couple of days. So grab it because it'll be gone after a couple of days, but we're going to use that. So that way I figured you guys can make them and post them, and it'll be so much fun. I feel like this world is so serious right now, and sometimes we just need a little bit of levity, and we need to do things just for the creative aspect of it, right? You guys are all into mini sessions and booking sessions, and hopefully people are back to shooting and making money, and that's amazing. But sometimes it's really good to just like take a breath and do something just because it's a fun thing to do. So I'm going to switch my screen over, and I'm going to get this started so I could show you some of the things that we are going to do. So basically, actually, let me just pull up the picture itself because I don't have that open right now. Where did I put it? And hang on there. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm just looking for the picture, but I don't see it. So basically, it's my little Bitmoji. And let me turn my screen around. All right, I'm going to share my whole screen with you guys. So basically, let me just make sure that's working. Whoops, now you're looking at my email. Yeah, there was a lot of TJ Maxx stuff on there. I know. Okay. Let's see. All right, good. We're there. I can see that you're on there. All right. So what is Bitmoji? Well, Bitmoji is like these little guys, right? These little fun Bitmojis. Now, I have discovered, because, and I'll give you the lowdown on how I discovered this, is I discovered as being an educator, and I work in a school district, and going back to work, it turned out that Bitmojis is like all the craze for teachers. So hands up if you're a teacher out there, whether you're a teacher in America or a teacher in Australia or the UK or one of the many amazing countries we have in the world. Here by me, Bitmojis are like, they've gone crazy. Everybody likes to make Bitmoji virtual classrooms. And so I was watching tutorials on how they do it, and they're doing some pretty cool stuff just using like PowerPoints and Google Slides. Pretty amazing. But we have the power of Photoshop, which is much more powerful. But what they are doing is pretty amazing with just using a Google slide or a PowerPoint. So, but it did give me some really fun little tips on things that we could do. And I was like, oh, I should make a Bitmoji for my for the boxes, because how much fun would that be, right? So so let's see, I have a comment. I just want to make sure that Photoshop. Whoops. Which is okay. Much more powerful. But what they are. Oh, now I'm going live. All right. So don't forget to type anything in the comments that you would want. So, so Bitmoji, like I've always had a Bitmoji. I have like kind of a little love for my Bitmoji. It's just a lot of fun. But the one thing I did discover is, I don't know what I'm showing you guys. Okay. One thing, I think I'm showing you this. I'm so discombobulated today. I really am. I'm so sorry about that. I'm showing you like craziness. So the one thing I did discover is that the Bitmojis, which I guess started out with Snapchat and showed you that you could use them with Snapchat and you can use them with messaging and Facebook messaging. Well, you know, it turns out that you can also use Bitmojis using a Chrome extension. So let me show you that first. What do I mean by that? So because of course you're going to need a Bitmoji in order to do what we're going to do today. So you're going to go to the Chrome store. All right. Chrome. You have to be in Google Chrome to do this. All right. You're going to go to the Chrome web store for extensions. And you're going to look up Bitmoji. And you're going to add. Now, I already have it in here, but you're going to add this extension. And then it will pop up on the top row up here. Okay. So once it pops up on the top row, then you'll either you'll log in if you already have a Bitmoji, or you will create one. And I'm not going to go through the process of creating one. It's kind of intuitive and it's fun and it's going to take you time because you're going to want to make it look like you, or maybe it look like the alternate you, whatever you really want to do. It's all good. So, okay, so you're going to do that first. That's the first step. So that way you don't have to keep using Bitmojis from your phone. And this is just so much fun. So once you have installed the Chrome app, and again, you have to be in a Chrome web browser, like, whoops, like this guy here, you know, you have to be on Google Chrome. Then you'll have this extension. If by chance the extension gets lost in your, it doesn't end up popping up here, or you lose it, you have to go to this little black puzzle piece, and it's for extensions. And then you just find that extension and you use the blue pin to pin your extension. So that way it's pinned. You can see I happen to use a lot of extensions because working in a school district right now requires a lot of use of Google. We're using Google apps. So I like to have all my extensions up here. So, and then you can always go back up here. Once you have your Bitmoji logged in and ready to go, it is always up here and it's really fun. So you can look through the Bitmojis like this, or you can search Bitmoji. And one of the things I did learn is if you put in like the word pose, it comes up with all these poses for you. How much fun is that, right? So, you know, maybe you can also put in other words. Like the other day I put in speech, I love box photography. And look what happens. I guess this is kind of a new feature because I don't think it always did that. But, you know, and I couldn't get the same thing twice, but it types it for you. So how cute is that? Now, I don't know what this Bitmoji actually looks like, but I can, if I put in, let's say, oh, look at that. How cute is that one? I think I want to keep this one. I love box photography. So what you do is you click on, if you want to save it, you click on it. And then you, oh, well, it's not working now, but oh, I like that one too. I like that one, but I really like that one and it's not letting me do it. And it's not letting me do that one either. I don't know why. Probably because today's not my day for making things work. Let's try it again. All right, it's not working. I'm going to go with this one. Oh, but she's crying, so I don't want to do that one. I don't know. I guess it could be in a box of French fries. I mean, why not? Sounds like a fun thing to be in. Anyway, you get the point. So what you would do is you would click on, you would keep playing around. Let's say I said, I love photography. Oh, that one's still there. I don't know why it's not coming in. I love photography, but it's smiling. I don't know how, but that one, I'm shouting it. I love photography, or I photography. I guess I forgot the love. I heart photography. And I'm going to uh, click on it and save the image as, and then I'm going to find like a folder that you might want to save it. I'm just going to save it to my downloads for now. And it saves as a PNG. I can also click on it again. You can copy the image and then paste it immediately. Basically, it's just how you would use, anything, any kind of image that you've downloaded. Save image as, and I think it gives you the option. I don't know what all files are, but you can find a place to save it on your computer, and that's how you would do that. So basically what I did was I went in and I put in fall. I put in the word fall, and I found all these different cute little images of the fall. I like this one. Oh, usually this is what happens. When you click on it, it says right click and choose copy image from the menu, which is exactly. So I'm going to save the image. I'm going to save it, this one, to my downloads. I think that one's cute. You can put in leaves. You can put in, oh, that's a fun one, right? And I'm just going to keep saving them. You can put in really anything. Happy, put in yelling, and then you just have to, keep playing around with your Bitmoji and finding the ones you like. Now, of course, let's say you wanted to like add it into Facebook. You could also drag these and drop these. Like if you're using let's say a presentation, a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or something like that, you can drag and drop them. So Bitmoji has a lot to offer for, just the sake of having fun. And that's what it's all about today. Today is all about having fun. So here we go. All right, so basically, anyone have any questions about Bitmoji? Are we good with that? All right, so here comes the fun part. I'm going to open up my Photoshop. This is a 4-box template. It already has the pictures in it. So really all this is a JPEG image, all right? It's nothing more than that. It's just a photograph of my box that I put inside a template and then compressed into a JPEG and exported. So there's really nothing fancy about it. It is also not properly aligned, in terms of being perspective, and I don't really care. I'm okay with that today, right? So sometimes people will say, the boxes aren't really the correct perspective. And I've heard that. And it's very true because it's really hard to go out and shoot live somebody in a box and then think about your whole setup and how you're going to then put the boxes in to the composite later on. So we never really shoot for perspective. I suppose with a template like this or in a backdrop like this, I could have done it for perspective, but I didn't because, again, it's just for fun. So hope that we're still there. I feel like I might have lost people. Okay. Hopefully we're still live. I just want to check and make sure we're still live. All right. Okay. I just want to make sure we're all still, okay, we were good. Sorry about that, guys. I just thought I lost you. Okay, so this is the box. This is what we're going to do. We're going to just basically add in photos just as we would have. So let's say I went in, I already kind of set up a whole bunch of images. So I'm just going to go to File, Place Embedded. And I already, now these were some of the ones that I had downloaded from the Bitmoji. And you'll notice that the beautiful thing about them is that they are already transparent. They already, especially the ones that you use with Pose, they already have your transparent background. So that's awesome. That's like a bonus, right? No cutting out the backgrounds. I can have myself flying in from one box to the other, add a little shadow and we're good to go. So, maybe something like that. I also had some of my other images, Place Embedded. And why not try that one? Oh boy, maybe I'm falling through the boxes. That wouldn't be so great, but let's try it. Okay, I'm just making this up as I go along. There's no rhyme or reason here, but that's kind of funny, right? I can add a little shadow to that later and try to make it look a little bit more realistic. Maybe I slipped on all those leaves. But you know, this is really just true compositing. That's all it is. And again, I'm going to go to place embedded, and I'm going to go to, I had actually saved some photos here. So I'm just going to add another one. Oh yeah, maybe I fell off some leaves because I have the leaves here. So I'm just going to try and place this image in. I'm using Command T to just move her around. All right. I like that. I think that's kind of funny. And she's like, bye-bye, see ya. And then maybe here, I'm going to go, I'm on this girl right here. I'm going to go to edit, transform, and I'm going to flip her horizontally because I'd like to fall in that direction. I think that would just make for a better composite. File, place embedded. Let's see, I've got other ones. Oh, whoops. See, I like that. That's actually kind of funny. So what if I took this one off and put it off to the side? And what if I did this? I'm going to edit, transform. I'm going to flip her horizontal again and go back to the way she was. I'm on this one on top now, edit, transform, flip horizontal, and I'm going to do the leaves going in that direction. And yeah, I think I kind of like it. You know, it's really just, this is just for fun. There's nothing here that's serious. Place embedded, but I wanted to show you another couple of funny things. So I had gone and I also got myself a couple of leaves. Whoops. Maybe I'll put a leaf over here. Actually, I used this one in my demonstration. I used this and I blurred it out. I'm going to show you how I did that. But where I found this was I went to a free website, and I think I went to this one over here. I just Googled, I went to transparent PNG. There's a lot of places. You have to look for the licensing on how you're allowed to use this. So like, I'm not going to be selling this leaf because I think this is not a commercial license. It's just free to download and use for personal use. So I Googled leaves, and or maybe fall leaves, and you know, you can find a lot of really cool transparent. They're already transparent, so that's, you know, that's kind of the key. You get free download, something like that. And I'm going to save it, and I'm going to go back to here, place embedded, and that was in my downloads. So I'm just going to go grab it and put it in here. Maybe flip it around, maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I don't know if I want to put any more in. I'm going to go to place embedded one more time. I'm going to go back to my original, my Bitmoji webinar because I already had downloaded, I'd already downloaded some leaves, some falling leaves, just like I sometimes use the confetti. Here's a whole lot of falling leaves. I thought those would be kind of fun to like add in. And I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to add in a whole bunch of leaves and go with that. I think I'm going to shut her off for a minute and file, place embedded. And I think I had one that was looking downward, maybe. Oh, here, she's sitting. I thought that would be kind of fun to have one sitting. Just like as if we were doing a real one. And I'm going to move this one down. Okay, so just like a real composite, you want to think about the sizing of them. Not that we have to think too hard on these because, you know, it's just our Bitmojis. I'm just going to size them a little bit, and then I'm going to add some shadows to them. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go nuts, but I want to ground them a little bit and make them just like we would with our regular composites. Just ground them a little bit. So you can see that this Bitmoji already has a little bit of a shadow. We're just gonna maybe pull her down here. And the beautiful thing is, how great is this that I don't even have to cut her out. She's already cut out and the illusion is there already. All right, so you guys with me? Everyone with me still? I hope that you guys are enjoying this so far. I don't know if there's any questions here. I'm just gonna stop sharing for a moment and come back to you. And just want to see if there's, oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I couldn't see any of those questions. So I'm just going to stop for a minute. I'm going to go back to the composite because I think I was going fast. All right. So I have, and all I can see on here is Facebook user. It doesn't show me the name of anybody on here unless you allowed it to. So I'm creating this on my computer. Okay. I'm creating this on Photoshop and strictly on my computer. And that is why, I don't know if you missed the beginning of it or not, but I showed you how to install the Bitmoji Chrome extension so that you can get your Bitmojis from there. So if you want to just like scroll back to the beginning, this is going to stay on replay. I'm going to put this into the units of our group and then you will, and then you'll be able to come back to it. People haven't found a live. Okay. So, all right. So again, I don't know who I like this live stream, but it doesn't tell me who I'm talking to. Maybe I should just kind of pop into the Facebook group. Maybe I'll be able to see better. So again, okay, now I'm looking at, okay. So thank you, Courtney. Okay, so Beverly, all right, now I can see. Beverly said, where did you find the leaves? In the box with your emoji on the top left. It's just in the emoji. If you go back to the beginning of this tutorial, you will see where I found the leaves. Oh, the leaves in the box. I found those, you mean like the loose leaves, Beverly? And Beverly, I did go over how to make your Bitmoji, like the creation of your Bitmoji. You know, just follow, all you really have to do is follow the steps Bitmoji will show you. You just log in, just that, you know, just how I showed you. You can either do it on your phone or you can do it through this Chrome extension, and then it'll kind of guide you through it. And then you're going to just like pick your own features and then you'll have a Bitmoji and you can change their clothes and you can change the hairstyle and the facial features. I don't think I could do it again because I already have one. Maybe at the very end of this, I'll be able to log in. The emoji so some of my emojis did have leaves on it. Yes. And some of the emojis, I'm just trying to keep up with the comments. Some of the emojis have leaves on them. I just Googled, and I'll go back to it in a second. I'll show you my Bitmoji. And then I also went, I'm going to share the screen again. Actually, bear with me for 1 second, please. I'm just going to split my screen. And then I'll be able to see the comments better. There we go. Bear with me one more time. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you guys again. Okay, now I'll be able to see your comments at the same time and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so the leaves emoji, I went to my Bitmoji up here. This was after you have installed it. You should be able to see it up here. Or like I said, if you go into the Chrome, if you can't find a Chrome extension, then you have to go open up the little black piece here and find the extension, and you have to pin it to the top. And then you open up the Bitmoji and you can just write in things like leaves. You have to just kind of search for it. And then I found that. I just put in the word leaves. I could put in autumn, autumn leaves. And then, you know, it comes up and you just keep playing around and asking. I also use things like, just for fun, you know, you can't use them really for professional use, but I also use something like this, which is a PNG where you can get some free transparent PNGs. So I'll put in like something like this and I'll look for maybe like falling leaves. Like I think I might have used this one, or you can use this one. That's kind of cool, right? And you can just look for falling leaves and you can add those to your Bitmoji. Okay, great. So, all right, I'm going to go back to stop the stream. I'm just going to go right back and I'm going to go back to the composite and I'm just going to finish it up and just show you guys. It's just simple. I'm just going to add some shadows to it and then that's it. And I'll export it and I'll show you how I export. And then that's really it. So I hope that you guys are having fun with this, but I'm going to make that 4-box compositing box that I'm using right now free. So you guys can go get it from the store later. And I'm not really sure. You could try to do it from your phone too and then log in. I think I was able to do it on the computer when I did it. I might have already had it on my phone. I had to make a second one for work. So, so if you can't do it on the computer, do it on your phone. And then once you have an account, you just log into it. It's not a big deal. So, and then I really want to see you guys make some fun Bitmojis, okay? Do whatever theme you want, but I just think this is like kind of fun. All right, so I'm gonna go back now and I just have to get myself back in and share my screen again. Okay, I'm going back into, oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, here we go. So I have the basics here and I just want to give them some shadows. I could do a couple of things. I am working on this woman right here on the one on the top left. I'm just gonna, this is the corresponding layer. You can see that it's highlighted and you can see that it's also, because I'm on the move tool and I have this clicked on, show transformation controls. I'm able to see what layer I'm working on very easily, and the free transformation control is already open for me. If I click that off, you wouldn't be able to see that. Okay, so I like having that there. It just makes it for much easier. It just makes it much easier to edit, much more quickly. Okay, so I'm going to go to this layer, to this girl. I'm going to right click on her and go to blending options. Just going to start out with the easy shadow. I'm just going to go right down to drop shadow. And then I'm just going to play with it right here. I play with opacity. That's a lot. All right. I'm play with spread. You know, you just have to play. I play with distance, size, and, you know, press OK. So now I have an effect here that I think works pretty well. I'm probably going to do some more to this, but something else to this. But, you know, I think that's pretty good. And also, if you want to go back in and adjust it, you just click on the drop shadow and it reopens it back up. You have to make sure that you are highlighted and that that this is open for drop shadow, because this is like where you can add your strokes, and I'm not going to add a stroke, but this is where you could do all the other cool stuff. So if you're not in this, you won't. If you have to make sure you're in the correct space. Also, you can play with the angle of the shadow. All right, so look, I move this, how the shadow, it's not really doing much on this one, but it does do it. Like if I were to go to size, actually, if I were to go to spread, watch what happens with the angle. Well, with this one in particular, it's not doing that much, but it would normally adjust it a bit. So, and I'm just actually going to cancel it and go back to the way it was because I like that better. All right, so now I'm going to take this effect because I like it. I'm holding down my option button. I'm on a Mac. I'm holding down my option button and I'm going to drag it and copy it to the layer below. Okay, look at how it didn't move it. It copied it and applied it. Now, if I was not holding down my option button, so if I'm here and I want to apply it to the next layer below it, if I did not hold my option button down and I just dragged it, it's just moving it. But I don't want to move it. I want to hold my option button down and drag it. Okay, and then that copies it for you. So I'm on this layer, I'm going to copy it and drag it. Now I may not want to use it on all of them right here, but let's see. All right, I'm literally just throwing it on all, but I don't know if I'm going to use it on all of them. I feel like this is a little weird. I'm going to take it off of this layer. I don't need it on all of these autumn leaves. So I'm just going to shut off the effect right now from the autumn leaves. I think that's the wrong autumn leaf. I'm going to click on this to see where my autumn leaves are. No, wrong one. And I can't find my layer. See, everyone always loses their layer. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm going to shut the effects off here because I feel like that's a little. And then this one looks a little weird too. I'm going to shut that effect off also because she kind of already has the effect going down. I'm just going to. So now I'm going to add some shadows. Oh, there's some leaves on her right here. So now I'm going to add just a tiny bit more shadows. I'm just going to add a layer at the very bottom here, just like a transparent layer. I'm going to go to my brush, my B tool brush, and I'm going to press like number 1. That's going to give me a transparency, opacity of about 10%. And I'm just going to add some shadows. Okay, actually I'm going to bring my opacity up to like a 4 to 40%. I just press the number 4, and I'm just want them to be just a little bit darker. And just for these, okay? They might be a little too dark, but that's okay because I'm actually doing something with this. So I'm just giving it a tiny bit more shadows. I want to give it like some leg shadows. I'm going to now now this is my shadow layer, okay? It is on the bottom. I put them underneath. I'm just going to highlight it in red for you so you can see. I'm going to go to Filter, Gaussian Blur, for Blur, Gaussian Blur. Sorry. And then I'm going to use this radius here to blur out. So now we started here. Look at the shadows under her feet, and I'm going to blur them out, okay? And I'm going to just keep bringing it up and up and up, and I'm watching those shadows on her feet till I feel that they are where I'd want them to be, all right? So that kind of gives it more of a realistic shadow. I'm going to throw a mask on it now. I'm going to press B for brush. I'm going to press X so I can change the color of my brush to black. And I'm going to just paint out using maybe like 20% opacity. I'm going to maybe 40% opacity. I'm just going to paint out what I don't want if I think it's a little too much. Sorry, there's a whole texting conversation going on and I don't know how to shut that off. So just as you would do with any other composite or anything else, you would then throw a mask on something. So I'm not going to go crazy with this. I mean, this is this is for fun. Also, I noticed that my boxes are not looking like they're the same color. I should have probably done something about that in the beginning, but so I have my leaves here. I might want to change the white balance. My boxes definitely don't have the same color white balance going on, but all right, so we've got the leaves. I've got little leaves here. I'm going to go find those little leaves. I'm going to use my move tool, and I'm going to look for those leaves again. And I believe they were here. No, that's the wrong leaf. And I think it's maybe here. Where were those leaves? I should write it down. Oh, I think it's this one. Okay. I'm just going to write it. bunch of leaves. So I remember. I'm going to actually go into, I'm going to do a little effect on this. I'm going to put a filter. I'm going to put a blur, motion blur. And I want to give them like a little bit of motion. And you can change like the direction of your motion by clicking on here. Okay. And you can also change the amount of motion. So give them a little bit of blur going that way. Maybe even. Now, notice that has this little box here. That means it's a smart object, which means that anything I'm doing to this layer, any of these effects, like the drop shadow or the motion blur, it's not permanent, okay? I can now go in and let's say change that. So I'm going to click on motion blur again. I think I'd rather make it so that it's kind of, the leaves are kind of falling in that direction. Press OK, and there you go. So I'm going to show you one other little trick. Oh, and also for that bunch of leaves, I'm going to throw a mask on it. I'm going to use B for brush, and I'm going to just paint off with 100% opacity some of the leaves that are annoying me over her. Now, if I was doing this even more so, I might even throw some more leaves in. Maybe I'm going to take my whole layer, I'm going to duplicate it, okay, and I'm going to press Command T, and I'm going to just now take these leaves and I'm going to move them, and I'm going to alter them a little bit too. Maybe twirl them. So I duplicated my layer, so I have some more leaves going on. All right. And because maybe she slipped on a lot more leaves than that. I'm not really sure. And the last thing I want to show you is that I was trying to give this little blur effect going on with the big leaves on my other composite. So I'm just going to go V for the move tool, clicking on this layer right here. And I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to give it a blur. Now this already came out with all that. Now I didn't need it to be that much, but you know how you have that effect with leaves sometimes when they or like snowflakes when they're in front of the camera and they look all blurred out. Just playing around with that. So I'm just using the transformation tool. It's just telling me that when you make a change to something, that a smart object, it's just letting you know that it loses its filters for a little while and then it comes back. So, all right, and now I'm going to click on this leaf and I'm going to go to filter, Gaussian blur. Now I'm going to want maybe the same amount of blur, so I'm just going to press Gaussian blur and press OK. And again, I have some blur, and maybe I'll make this one a little bit bigger. Press OK. And then maybe I'll even duplicate it. Press Command T or Control T and move it somewhere else so it looks like you got a little bit of blur of those leaves. Okay, and the white balance on this is killing me. I would definitely be fixing that white balance. But overall, I think that she's kind of done. I mean, I might want to add more shadows to her, but I mean, how long do you really want to do this for? It's up to you. So I'm going to come back to you now and see if there was any questions. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. This is going to get replayed. I'm actually going to throw it right into the units. And so it's just going to live in the group for however long you need it for. Okay. So no worries about being late. Okay. So I hope that you guys get a chance to do this. I hope that this is a little bit like, for me, sometimes compositing is like a therapy, right? Like it's just fun to do. So I hope that you guys get a chance to do this. Make your Bitmojis. I'm going to go put that freebie into the store for you so you guys can all download it. Sorry about the white balance, but it's good. It's a good thing to learn how to fix the white balance. I'll try to tweak it a little before I put it in the store. And have fun with it. Okay. Be creative. Go find some cool transparent stuff to add on to your Bitmojis. Do a fall theme, do a summer theme, do a Christmas theme, do no theme at all. Just have fun. And if you are an educator or a teacher, and you are making Bitmoji classrooms, which some of you might be, like I had, um, this could be a fun thing to add to your classroom. So I hope you guys all had fun with this, and happy Tuesday, and happy fall, and happy box Bitmoji day. So, and I will look forward to seeing them all. Okay, bye guys. Unless you have any other questions. Anyone have any other questions? Okay. All right. Awesome, you guys. I'm going to sign off now. Bye.